come right to pit road right here.
And you got to be very careful driving this thing back to pit road. You don't want to drag that diffuser off the back of this car.
I wonder if these cars on low pressures are bottoming out and losing it.
It's a great point, and it's exactly where he spun out. I was thinking the same thing. It's right there as he was crossing that tunnel, the rough part of the racetrack. Got the old hospital hop, and away it went. And it's definitely because of that low air.
Almost had it.
Josh Bilicki will get the free pass on this one. Let's ride with Daniel Suarez.
He's up here, he's rolling, he's in the middle. Now come low, or high, either way. Clear high if you need it. Clear high.
It's like a football. Does that make a bigger difference than it used to?
Watch the 3 and the 18. There's the 31. Let's see what happened here. Austin Dillon comes up into the 31.
He certainly did, and that all started clear back at the start-finish line as far as I'm concerned. Stuck him 3 wide, got in down there, got loose underneath of him.
Still out there, tight on your right rear. Now 2, got him braking here, got him braking here, got him braking, whatever you need. Whatever you need, clear high, clear high, clear high.
Man, that Tootsie's in-car camera every time I'm there. It's a credit.
Slide, and it's Tyler Reddick. And the yellow waves at lap 64.
Convenient spin spot.
Reddick spinning off turn 4.
You know, he was definitely a guy that I thought was going to be very competitive and successful out here when you think about momentum running the outside. Obviously, you see him on the outside there, the thing come around, and honestly, he's been fighting a loose-handling race car, even dating all the way back to yesterday. Just couldn't get that thing comfortable, and it doesn't look like it obviously is yet.
Reddick was 15th, and I believe he spun just in front of Eric Almirola.
Got in dirty air, got too high up behind. I couldn't really see who that was in front of him, but got loose just like we saw with Reddick and others, and unfortunately got right down into Suarez.
So you had Jones trying to move up in the 43, McDowell falling back in the 34, and the 14 up top, Briscoe.
Yeah, it looked like Briscoe was going to be able to get to the outside right at the last minute. McDowell came up, kind of made him pull on the wheel, try to get underneath of him. When he did, he got loose and unfortunately collected Daniel Suarez. It was minding his own business.
I wonder if he jumped out of it on exit when he came up. It looked like the 14 might have jumped out of it. Let's listen.
Again, going back to this, you can see McDowell, he gets loose right there. He wiggled and had to come up, and it was an evasive move is what it was on Briscoe's part. Out not worked for not only Kurt Busch, obviously Michael McDowell, and now 2 tires, Brad Keselowski. Have to see what happened here. Scott loose. You can saw him on the bottom of the screen there, right in Ryan Blaney's lap, leaving him nowhere to go but right in the door of the 6.
And for the 3rd week in a row, Blaney has a fast car and gets into somebody's problem.
You can just leave the outside of it. Clear by 8. Hold the brake. Hold the brake. Hold the brake. Hold the brake.
That in-car, listening to everything in that, reminds me so much of back in like 2005, 2006 with that old body style car like that, man. I'm telling you, you'd be wide open, hammer down.
Almirola and Austin Cindric.
In a big run, I don't know why, but I don't know if Austin Cindric was having trouble. Yeah, I think so. He was being pretty gingerly with it, getting off into the corner, maybe a flat tire left rear going down or something, and then gets into his teammate Harrison Burton, another victim of just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I tell you, something on the racetrack that Briscoe spun in front of them.
Let's ride with Chase Briscoe, the Mahindra onboard camera.
5 on the bottom. Spin it behind. We're in the wall here. We're in the wall. Hold the brake.
All right, Bella's going to make it to pit road on his own. Let's take a look here.
The bumps. Bottomed out in that tunnel. that you have to be right down on that white line. If you miss it by 2 feet, for whatever reason, you can see he's just up just a little bit, and as soon as that thing got to bouncing, he was along for the ride.
Well, so now here's the battle. Do you lose laps getting pushed or lifted up and pulled to pit road, or do you do more damage trying to drive it in on the rim?
No. One way or another, in my opinion, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself here, these cars got to be able to drive back to pit road. They don't need to be jacked up and change tires, a tow truck to do it. Somehow, some way, they need to be able to drive back to pit road on their own power, and I think that's what we're seeing.
Now the pits are not yet open.
And it was pretty soft, but
he drove away.
It didn't look so bad.
No. Oh.
However, that 43 got a lot of damage.
Jones under Tyler Reddick.
Oh, he's
running
loose.
7th.
Got loose and overcorrected. Much like Chastain did in practice session at California.
And the car won't steer at all, so he couldn't keep it from coming around here and back up on the racetrack. Now watch Bubba Wallace. He just missed Eric Jones, but loses control.
And then about hit the pace car pulling out.